how much involvement do you think that Jim Carrey had in the production and the motif of Dawn FM? He got a paycheck and that's it, right? Well, I sort of thought that too. But then after I watched this 2014 commencement speech, I realized that he might be responsible for way more of the music video and the general flow of this album than we might give him credit for. First, let's just take a peek at some of the things that Jim Carrey said in the Dawn FM album and some of the visuals that we can see in the music video for Sacrifice.
You've been in the dark for way too long. It's time to walk into the light. Don't worry. We'll be there to hold your hand and guide you through this painless transition. Music on 103.5 Dawn FM. Stay tuned. Are you listening real close? Heaven's not that, it's this. It's the depth of this moment. You don't reach for bliss. You gotta unwind your mind, train your soul to align, and dance till you find that divine boogaloo. You gotta be heaven to see heaven.
Okay, now let's compare this to a graduation speech from 8 years ago. Jim Carrey presented this commencement speech at a university called Maharishi International University. And as I looked up more information about this university, we can see that it was founded in 1973 by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. And it was a consciousness, or is a consciousness-based education system, which includes the practice of transcendental meditation. Now, as we watch this next clip, I want you to notice that Jim is presenting a painting, and the painting is huge, and he mentions that it took him thousands of hours to make this painting. The painting shows a light in the middle of it, and the light is surrounded by darkness. But in this case, the darkness isn't just blackness. He represents the darkness in all sorts of different people that could hold us back in life.
This painting is big for a reason. It's called High Visibility. It's about picking up the light and daring to be seen. Here's the tricky part. Everyone is attracted to the light. The party host up at the top, who thinks unconsciousness is bliss and is always offering to drink from the bottles that empty you. Misery below her. Despises the light, can't stand when you're doing well, wishes you nothing but the worst. The Queen of Diamonds, under him, needs a king to build her house of cards. And the hollow one down bottom there will cling to your leg and say, please don't leave me behind, for I have abandoned myself. This painting took me thousands of hours to complete. Some pretty crazy characters up there, but better up there than in here. You know, painting is one of the ways, thank you. Painting is one of the ways I free myself from concern, a way to stop the world through total mental, spiritual, and physical involvement. But even with that comes a feeling of divine dissatisfaction. Because ultimately, we're not the avatars we create. We're not the pictures on the film stock. We are the light that shines through. All else is just smoke and mirrors, distracting, but not truly compelling. I've often said that I wished people could realize all their dreams and wealth and fame, and so that they could see that it's not where you're going to find your sense of completion. My soul is not contained within the limits of my body. My body is contained within the limitlessness of my soul. One unified field, compelling. The imagination is always manufacturing scenarios, both good and bad, and the ego tries to keep you trapped in the multiplex of the mind. This is the voice of the ego. And if you listen to it, there will always be someone who's doing better than you. No matter what you gain, ego will not let you rest. It will tell you that you cannot stop until you've left an indelible mark on the earth, until you've achieved immortality. How tricky is this ego that it would tempt us with the promise of something we already possess? So, I just want you to relax.
But what's the rush? Just relax and enjoy another hour of commercial-free music.
So what I get from this, what I think is, Jim Carrey isn't making up a new role for Dawn FM. He actually sees this as his role in life. He sees himself as someone who has detached from his personality and has made staying in the light of consciousness his main priority in this life. And so in Dawn FM, he's not just leading a physical character through purgatory and towards the light. He's actually inviting the listener, us, the public, to join with him and start to think about these concepts that he's talking about, and then eventually maybe lose our concepts altogether and just reside in this consciousness that he believes is the truth and that he believes is the meaning of this existence here. Remember, he spent thousands of hours painting this painting, and it's eerily, uncannily similar to this light at the end of the tunnel that he's showing at the beginning of Sacrifice. And so the true mastermind behind this whole motif, I do believe, is none other than Jim Carrey.